custom length set of plug wires for this LS Turbo Silverado that has the really common eBay forward-facing up and forward headers that always burn the stock plug wires. Whether you wrap the headers or sheathe the plug wires, you know, you just end up burning them. From my experience, there's just no good way to use those with the stock coil spot in those headers. So I have a kit here that I've used before. I'm in my house, by the way, because it is like 15 degrees outside. So this is the set. You get this right at O'Reilly's. It's a like a builder's kit. There's the part number 5553. You can get a 5551 set, and it has the straight ends, like in that picture there. But I got the 90-degree ends because I think they're going to work a little better. I got them laid out here in pairs from left to right. They go from short to long. So I'm going to start. I got to use the factory plug wire ends because of the coil packs. Have that weird little clip-in style end. Alright guys, so I just made one wire because I needed to refresh my memory on how I did the other sets. This is my third set now, and it's been a little while. So I grabbed the next longest wire in the set to do this next forward cylinder here. So I'm going to go down and under the manifold, those forward facing headers for the turbo setup. So right about, you want to leave a little extra because you need to cut the casing off, so you leave that core exposed to fold it under when you put the end on. So I'm going to go like right there. Now, this kit comes with all kinds of, it comes with a whole bag of like ends and stuff. You don't need anything in here for what we're doing. The only thing that you open that for is to get the little the crimping tool out. I'll show you how to use that in a minute. First, before you cut the end off to expose the core, you want to grab one of your old plug wires and cut it. And you want to pull that through. You're going to use that again. This white piece you just throw out. It's way too difficult to get on and off. A little trick I use on these is just spray a little silicone lubricant in here and a little on the wire. And you can slide this boot like really easy through there. Slide the boot right on. So now you can use your wire crimps and go about 1/2 inch back on that the biggest what do you call that, stripper part, and I just go in 90 degrees. I do one there and turn the wire 90 and do it again, and it should cut all the way around without cutting the core, and then you can just lightly grab it and kind of yank it off. There's the end of the wire, the casing, and then now you have the core exposed. So you can wrap it underneath when you crimp it, just like the factory ones. And before I do that, I have to get this off of the factory wire, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So basically I just use a flathead screwdriver and I push it in between where the split is, and I pry those two pieces apart, or pry that slit open some more. You don't have to do it much, just a little bit, and then you can grab the end of your wire like this, and you should be able to just yank that out, and now you've got just the end that you need. And for this to crimp into that tool that comes with the wire kit easier, you have to straighten these out like the kit has. I'll show you one in the kit, like this. You gotta make those little wing things look like that. So I'm gonna do that real quick. To do that, I like to use needle nose. One pair on one side, one wing, and one on the other. Let me back these up a little. Like this. See that? How I have those in there? And then you just spread this open a bit. And then to make them flat, just use a pair of pliers, and you just walk along the edge of it until you can get it all flat, both sides. And we're just about there. I'm going to shape it a little bit better than that so it's a little neater. That's basically all you need to do. I'm just making this a little prettier so it'll sit in that crimping tool a little easier. Okay, so now you want to grab your wire that you cut and just see if you can fit this in there relatively easy. Like that. You guys see that? I folded the core underneath and it's laying on the metal there. I can't get my camera to focus, but it's just folded underneath this and it's down here. So now that that's in there like that, you can put this in the crimping tool and you put the open side or the part where you can feel the wire coating or cover down in the middle of the tool, the crimping tool. And you're supposed to do this in a vise, but I'm inside right now, so I'm just going to use I got these humongous pliers that I'm going to crimp this with. Okay. The tool has two edges here for your vise, I think. And I don't know if they need to be lined up or on the same side, but it works this way. So now you grab your big boy pliers or your vise, your bench vise, and you just squeeze this guy. Okay. You take it out of your tool, your crimper. And that one didn't crimp too well, but I'll fancy it up a little bit with some pliers. I'll show you. Kind of get those tops of this, where the slit is flat, so it really bites in. And then Squeeze them together. And there you got a nice crimp. I wish this would focus for you guys, but either way, nice tight crimp that's not going to pull apart too easy. And now, because we didn't put the little white piece back in, I think all this does is it centers the connection in the bore of the coil pack. It's just so hard to get those back on, so you have to leave it like this, and then when you put the wire in, you can kind of feel it clip in and hear it. Let me pull this out a little bit so it's easier. There, you hear those 3 clicks. So it's in the coil, and then now you just hold your wire back here, and you push your boot up. Okay, and then clip your plug in, spin it how you want, and then I'm going to loom these nice together here. So there, I got 6 more to make. Right now this is the driver's side head, and then for the passenger side, I'll just put this on, and I'll loop them over here. It's pretty easy. They pull right off easy afterwards. Like I said, you just got to feed this through. Audibly hear the clicking and feel it. And then run your boot up over your coil pack end, and you'll be good. And these will not burn. They're freaking awesome like this. They'll last forever, so yeah. Anyway, that's it, you guys. Custom length plug wires for an LS, using a standard distributor style plug wire kit and reusing the old plug wire ends from your existing spark plug wires for your GM coil pack car or truck. Thanks for watching. I gotta add this in. Sometimes this white little collar piece doesn't want to come off, and there's a little tab there. Let's see if I can get that to focus here. There's a little tab there holding it from going through, back through from your right to left. And I've tried a bunch of times to push that tab down and just slide the wire out, but it's really difficult. So what I like to do is cut the plastic off. I mean, you can use a razor blade for this thin portion, and then just a pair of dikes right here, and put a slice all the way down it, and then just take it off that way. I know in the video I was able to just, somehow it just pulled out when I took that one apart to show you guys how to do it. But that only happened 1 out of 8. So, alright, so I got one bank done, and they're all tied and loomed nice with just the old school zip tie trick. And these should clear those headers perfectly. I do have the coils on this pack modified a little bit from one of my old setups, because the coils are really close to those headers, those forward-facing headers. I think this will, I know they'll work on a regular coil pack that hasn't been modified, but I think down here in the front 2 cylinders, these elbows would be too close. They probably would be touching those eBay forward-facing headers. So you kind of have to move these 2 up, but that's just some cuts and welds and a little piece of steel to get it up there.